So, today is Sunday, August 22nd, 2021, and the time is currently 2:16 p.m. Now, sorry, I'm just putting stuff away. So, this is, I'm recording this for my new album, my 7th album, if I'm not mistaken, where my last albums, they've all been black metal or black metal related. But I want to do something different with this album. Now, I'm inspired by Jim Morrison, which created an album such as what I'm doing right now, where, if I'm not mistaken, he talks throughout the entire album. I'm not sure what the name of the album is called, but I know he does have one. So that's kind of what I want to do with this album. So I don't want there to be any music in this album. Maybe just me fidgeting around on a guitar, most likely not. But I'm really just going to be talking throughout this album. So this is, I don't know, what would you want to call it, episode 1, I suppose, of this new album. So episode 1 is really on how I've got here and how I came this far, what I mean musically wise, why I became a musician, and why I wanted to make black metal music, more specifically, but just any music, because I love all music. I grew up listening to all kinds of music, rock, rap, country, reggae, anything really, thanks to my father. So that's really what I'm going to be talking about, just how I was raised and the music I listened to. So this is episode 1. Now, I was born in 2006. I'm 15 of age currently, and my entire life I listened to all kinds of music, from, man, I can go on and on, George Strait to Bone Thugs and Harmony, DJ Quick, Bullet for My Valentine, Slipknot, Korn, just all kinds of music, Daft Punk, all kinds of genres. And really, I got all my music taste from my parents, more specifically my father, because my mom doesn't really listen to a lot of music. When she does, it's usually Christian music or Spanish music, which I do like, I do enjoy. But my father is really the one who showed me everything, really. So I would say my favorite genre has to be classic rock, 60s and 70s. And my favorite band in the entire world has to be Pink Floyd, without a doubt. With my second favorite band has to be The Doors. So I listen to The Doors, Pink Floyd, The Who, Ozzy Osbourne, Dio, Black Sabbath. I'm not a big fan of Motorhead. I'm not a big fan of the Beatles either, or the Beach Boys. I'm not too big on that. There's maybe a song or two I like from the Beatles. No, oh well. I don't really care for it though. I really do enjoy The Doors and Pink Floyd though, because of just its uniqueness. Really, I've never heard music like The Doors besides The Doors, and I've never really heard music like Pink Floyd besides Pink Floyd. But I have noticed that indie music, indie rock, I think is what it's called, does have a lot of characteristics of 60s and 70s classic rock bands, such as Pink Floyd, Yes, Eagles, other bands like that. So I do listen to a lot of indie music and classic rock, but my music taste doesn't just stop there. I love dance music like Daft Punk. I love rockabilly, psychobilly, such as Tiger Army. I do love old oldies, such as Buddy Holly, Elvis Presley, stuff like that. So there's a lot of people that if you ask them what kind of music do you enjoy, they'll usually say, "Oh, well, I can listen to any type of music," and they really can't, because when you say you can listen to any type of music, that means you can listen to any type of music, which I do. I can listen to classical music such as Bach, Beethoven, or Mozart, and then after listening to that, go straight to listen to death metal or black metal, or right after that, go straight to listen to hip hop. So I'm very diverse in my music taste. Not many people are like that, so it is good to be diverse in your music taste, so you can really have a, what do you call it? So you can really have a different opinion on all kinds of music, because you never know, you may meet someone who likes a certain genre of music, and you can become friends with them because you also like that style of music. It's good to have friends. It's good to be friends with everybody, and the main way to become friends with somebody is music. That's what I've noticed. So enough on that though. But I do play instruments, such as now I'm not claiming to be professional at any instrument, but I do mess around with instruments such as I'm a saxophonist. I do play clarinet, guitars, recorders, keyboards. I own a flute, a trumpet, an oboe. I do own a lot of saxophones, a lot of clarinet, so I do own a lot of instruments, which is good because whenever I'm making my music, I like to be sort of artistic with my music, and just sort of add different instruments in my music, if that makes sense. So I do like to play instruments and all kinds of music, all kinds of instruments. And I'm pretty quick at learning, so I could pick up an instrument pretty quickly. But so that's another good thing about me, is that I can pick up an instrument and learn it fairly quickly. So, but why do I create black and death metal music? Well, it just all comes down to, I love the rawness of it, and I love the artistic, sort of move of it. Now, when it comes to black metal, the main thing about it is Satanism or paganism, which I do not agree with at all. I do enjoy black and death metal music, but I do not agree with the satanic messages or imagery, which I know is like the main part of that music. But that's why I create black metal music that anybody can enjoy, whether you're Christian, Muslim, Satanist, anything, it doesn't matter. That's why I create my music, for people who love music like that, but doesn't really want to be under a specific religion or political movement, because a lot of black metal music draws influence from punk rock, which a lot of punk rock is extremely political. So I don't say anything political or anything that has to do with religion in my music. That's my main thing. I would never do that. So anybody can enjoy my music, but now my parents don't listen to black or death metal music. Really, how I came to love rock in general is when I was in 4th grade. I used to play a lot of Call of Duty. I still do now, but I love Call of Duty. And one of the rock bands that came out in Call of Duty, more specifically Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies, was Avenged Sevenfold. So I used to listen to fuck up Facebook. So I used to listen to a lot of Avenged Sevenfold, and I remember specifically one day. First of all, let me just say my dad's always listened to rock, Mudvayne, Bullet for My Valentine, Avenged Sevenfold, Slipknot, Korn, things like that. But I never really bothered with it. He would just pit it, and I would listen to it. Another band is Rammstein. He used to listen to that a lot. But like I was saying, I remember specifically one day I was on my Xbox 360, listening to Avenged Sevenfold on YouTube, and a band called Slipknot popped up, which I was aware of, but the song was Psychosocial. I listened to it and thought it was the greatest fucking shit I've ever heard in my life. So that's when I started listening to Slipknot heavily. And then I started listening to Korn, because Slipknot and Korn they're not similar, but usually they have the same fan base. So I started listening to a lot of Korn, had a little Korn phase, and then that's when I started really listening to very heavy music. That's when I heard of Cannibal Corpse, and then from there on, the rest is history. Ever since I found out who Slipknot and Korn was, that's how I found out what black metal, death metal, and bands like that is, oddly enough. And more specifically on how I came across black metal music was, I remember I was watching YouTube one day and an ad popped up for a new movie coming out on Hulu called Lords of Chaos, which depicts mayhem, which created true Norwegian black metal music. And maybe a couple years later, I ended up watching the movie and then found out what black metal music was, such as Bathory, Dark Throne, Venom, Mayhem, bands like that. But that's all those bands are extremely satanic, or such as Bathory, they were satanic and then now favor paganism, which I don't agree with. I grew up Catholic, and I'm actually now Christian, so I obviously don't agree with satanic imagery or messagery, which is why I don't put it in my music. So that's why I create non-political or non-religious black metal music, for that main reason. As I said earlier, for people to enjoy music such as black and death metal music without there being really a certain religion or political view, which I've said like already 10 times in this episode. So that's really how I came across music. More my parents. The Doors and Pink Floyd, my parents have always listened to. Well, more my dad. But it's kind of like, alright, to make it more easy to understand is my dad will listen to certain music. I will get that certain music and sort of start researching it and just explore from there. That's usually how I would do it. Get a certain band or genre of music my dad listens to and explore. Such as, I love reggae, Bob Marley, Slightly Stoopid, Sublime, The Expandables, things like that. And then my dad also listens to rockabilly, such as Tiger Army, the Delta Bombers, Stray Cats, Brian Setzer, things like that. And my dad also listens to rock, such as Korn, Slipknot, stuff like that. And then I explore and find more things, more bands out of those genres, because I enjoy it. Now, that's pretty much how I came across music. How I got my taste for classical music, I love classical music and I listen to it a lot, is I started band in 6th grade. And the instrument I started on was alto saxophone. And whenever I started there, that was it. I'm in love with instruments. I collect instruments. I try to learn as much as I can about instruments, how instruments were created, which is why I own so many instruments. And another good thing about instrument is I'm extremely against drugs, alcohol, nicotine, anything like that. They're all drugs. I'm extremely against it. And really finding that one thing that you really love, truly love. Like me, I found music, and I make music and play music so I can stay away from all the bad things. Because unfortunately, there's not one kid in my town that doesn't do drugs, unfortunately. So as a way for me to stay away from that, I do my own thing, and I love music. I play music, write music, make music, and with that, I'm able to get away from bad things such as depression, anxiety, drugs, other things like that, and legal trouble. Because Shit like that and friends like that don't get you anywhere but in jail or dead. So I'm hoping anybody listening to this can really take from that and realize that doing shit like that doesn't get you anywhere. It just makes you a loser. Sorry, it does. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It makes you a piece of shit loser. So my advice is to find something you truly love and get yourself out of those bad habits and get yourself out of those bad situations. That's all I gotta say. This is episode 1. Bye.